Good day everyone, and welcome back to my channel. October's Bujo setup is inspired by Inkcap Mushrooms and just the overall spooky vibe of October. I wanted to do another Art Nouveau style again just to give it another shot, and I really like how my artwork turned out this time. I mean, I did like how my labyrinth artwork turned out, but I'm really happy with this one. My only complaint is where I had to go get it printed. It printed out quite a bit darker than the colors look digitally, so that's the only thing that I can say about it. But other than that, I really like how it turned out, and I think it's a good fit for what I'm going for the month. Also, I have been stockpiling quite a bit of supplies from my local crafters community. We have like a makers club here where I am, and they offer free supplies to their members, and I'm a member, and so I get to pick through all of their scrapbooking supplies, but they have painting supplies, knitting supplies, pretty much anything art related, woodworking, 3D printing. It's actually really cool, but I've been stockpiling a lot of stationery supplies because I can't really afford to go out and buy all the pretty stationery that I want. But this has been a really awesome resource for me, and I'm so thankful to have this in my community. I'm keeping the cover page pretty simple. I'm doing pretty much the same calendar layout that I've been doing for the past couple months. It's just working, and I really like the look of it, so why change something that works, you know? I'm going in with my light gray Lyra fine liner pen. I've been really into this pen recently, and I do have a whole lot of other colors, but it's been really nice just having that light gray. It's been working on a lot of different spreads for me. And I'm actually using a Pentel pen for all of my fine lining stuff this time. It's got a 0.03 nib, and it's really nice just having something so small. I don't know about you, but I've been really into like little dainty lines recently in my spreads, and I just think they're so nice. Also, for the calendar, I actually was inspired by Usagi on Instagram and the way that she did her calendar for September, so I wanted to kind of incorporate that as well because I really liked the look of it and thought it fit well with my theme. Right, now we're on to the separate calendar spread that I've decided to do because I've been trying to plan my content a little bit better and also my work schedule a little bit better. I haven't mentioned my day job before, but I am a knitwear designer, and so I oversee testing and need to kind of have a schedule planned out for that. And so this I thought would be very helpful because sometimes I forget things and get lost on time frames, and so I was like, well, maybe I'll have a separate calendar just for that, and also content can share it, and we'll see how that works out for me. I'm going in with the Pentel again because I want those really dainty lines and that kind of almost like it's faded look. And then I've got some of this really cute plaid paper that I'm going in with, like the same idea that I went in with the calendar on the first page that was inspired by Usagi, and just kind of making it look like it's white on top of a paper background. I'm also cutting the center because my traveler's notebook is getting quite fluffy and hard to close at times, and so this just kind of gives it an easier way for me to close it without really bending the paper in the middle of the spine. I'm honestly really hoping that I can make it to December in this notebook and start a new one fresh in January, but it is getting quite full, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, here is how it's looking. I really like how the calendar has come out, and as you can see, I've done some more mushroom girly artwork and pictures, and I included the knitting in them because I wanted little nods, especially if this was going to be a work calendar. I wanted it to include, you know, what I actually do in my work. So she's knitting, and there's books and a little yarn ball and needles, and I just thought it was cute, and it actually goes with both what I do and the theme that I wanted to go with. I am really happy with how all of my artwork has come out so far for this theme. I really enjoyed, you know, drawing all the little mushroom heads and figuring out how to pose the mushroom to make it look like she's actually looking up or looking down or looking over, but yet it's still just a mushroom, so that was fun. But all in all, I think they all came out really good. The only complaint, of course, like I said earlier, is getting them printed. They printed out a lot darker than what they look like on my screen, and so some of the details get lost, especially on the front of the book. Like there's a crescent moon little design, but you can't really see it because it's so darkly printed. But hopefully, maybe if I get them printed again, or maybe I can get them printed by like an actual sticker company instead of my local office supply store, then I can get the colors to actually look good and the details to show through. Now this next bit, I decided to give you like a little peek of my lettering process because it does take me a while to do lettering because I'm not very good at calligraphy or any of that kind of form of art, and so it takes me quite a bit of practice with penciling, and then I go in over it with markers. But I've got sticker paper here that I'm going in with a pencil, and then I can do my Prismacolor markers because they're alcohol markers and they will bleed through my Bujo paper, but I liked the colors for what I wanted to do. Now I do make a mistake, and I noticed this only after taking all of the pictures and finishing this and doing the voiceover, that I spelt calendar wrong. But oh well, you know, to err is human, so it's alright. I'm not going to worry about it. It still looks pretty, and you know, we'll just ignore that calendar is spelt wrong. We won't even worry about it. But what I'm doing is I went in with the light gray color and I'm going over it with black and then re-blending the black into the gray with the same light gray to kind of give it an ombre effect. And you know, then cutting it out, and we're gonna put it on the calendar. And I don't know, I liked the colors. I thought it went well. I didn't want to really do anything with orange because I liked that the orange is only on certain places in the artwork and not all over the actual spread. So I thought doing like a gray to black ombre would be nice, but after looking at it again, seeing that the plaid has the tan in it, that the mushrooms have the tan in it, I think I want to go back and change all of the lettering to tan into black, like her mushroom head and the plaid, just to kind of make it a bit more cohesive. I'm not sure yet though, but it is an idea that I've been thinking of just recently as I'm doing the voiceover. Although now that I've finished babbling about it, probably isn't going to happen. I'm just having some random thoughts while I'm doing the voiceover and looking at what I'm doing. I also have these stickers that I'm showing you what I was doing, and I only wanted like the first 3 letters. Also mainly because there is not really enough space for me to do the whole one, and I don't know, I've been using a lot of days of the week stickers recently. It's just been easier than having to do all the nice fonts and writing it all out because my hands shake a little bit too much when I'm actually trying to write things, and then I feel like my fonts look awful and it makes me not really want to use that spread of my Bujo. And so, you know, stickers come in handy. They just make everything better. That way I don't have to worry about my hands shaking or my fonts looking ugly and that kind of stuff. But now that, you know, we're past that, I'm moving on to my trackers. And I decided not to do mood trackers this month because last month I really didn't use them. And why put them in again if I'm not going to use them? So I want to focus on my habits for the month and kind of see if I like that better than really focusing on my mood. Because I don't know, I don't feel like I'm really going to look back and be like, oh man, I remember being in that mood that day. But who knows, I may do this way this month and a different way the next month. That's the fun thing with Bujos. You can kind of just do anything you want. It's yours. I think when a lot of people start this out, and I know that I was a little guilty of this as well, that people think that it has to be this perfect thing, you know, there has to be all kinds of artwork in it and it has to be pretty. It doesn't have to be that way. Of course, it's fun and it makes you feel better if it is that way, if you like that kind of thing. Which I do. I really like to do artistic things. It's really gotten me back into my creativity, but I'm saying it does not have to be that way. I mean, the original method is extremely simple and doesn't involve, you know, an artistic outlet. It's more so about being productive and keeping track of yourself. But anyway, basically what I'm saying is just have fun with it. If you're just starting out, just have fun with it. Do what you feel comfortable with doing in your Bujo. It does not have to be this big, impressive thing. It is meant to help you become better at planning and prioritizing your life and lots of other things. So don't think of it as just some big daunting task. You want to go into it with fun. But anyway, now that I'm done rambling about, doing your Bujo your own way, let's get back to how I'm doing mine, because I guess this is the point of the video, right? So I sped this section up so you could see how I kind of figure out how I'm going to lay out what I want to do, because I had an idea and then I kind of went differently. I picked up some of my stationery, looked at what I had, and kind of laid out different things than what I originally planned, and that just kind of gives you an idea of what I do and how I plan things out. Because I knew I wanted some of my little mushroom girlies on here, but I had the main ones. I didn't want to crowd it too much, but also I had some other stationery that I thought would go with it, like this beautiful moth and just some little random pieces that I thought looked good and filled the space, because I am a stickler for filling space. So, here I am filling space with my stars and sparkles. And I do think it helps just kind of tie everything together. Also, in the top corner, I really love the little piece of paper because it says warning may be habit forming, and I thought that was great for a habit tracker. It came on a little Halloween stationery set that had like poison and stuff, so it kind of went with that, but it went with my habits as well. Alright, now it's time for the weekly. And I was actually inspired to do a flipped layout from Notes with Lou on Instagram. Her October setup, she did this style of layout, and I just thought it was really pretty, and I wanted to kind of do something similar. So I've got this black cloudy sky paper that I'm going to put on for the first side, and then we're going to collage on top of that, because I wanted something to kind of be the main focus, and then you'll have the weekly on the bottom. I had a lot of fun laying out the collage with all of my stationery and trying to tie it all in with everything that I've done previously. So I've got some of the plaid paper. I am adding new colors as well with the tan little papers and the little designed paper up in the corner, but I still want to keep it as cohesive as possible, and I'm still trying to bring back in that Art Nouveau that I used on the cover page with the little Inkcap mushrooms, and just keeping everything as tied in as possible. So now we're going to move to doing the actual weekly setup, and I just went simple, kind of like what Notes with Lou did as well, just keeping it pretty easy to maintain. I'm doing the same thing I did with my calendars, making it look like it's white paper on top of black paper, and going in with some more dainty lines, and then just putting in some nice cute little stickers and setting it up. I did mess up though, because I wasn't looking at what I was doing and put in one on a Monday instead of a Tuesday, but that's okay. I'm going to fix it and it'll be fine. I did try to fix it with a white gel pen, but covering up over the Pentel gel ink, it wasn't doing it, so I had to scratch that idea and decided to use washi tape instead, and so that covered it, and now we don't have to worry about it. Also, you're gonna get a little peek of my helper because he woke up from his nap, so his hands are now going to be in this as I'm trying to finish the video, because I was really trying to get this filming done in one session, and so he's in it just so I could get it done. He's helping, of course, I'm getting everything set up. But now it's time for our flip through, and I hope you guys enjoyed this theme. It was really fun for me to do. As always, leave a like and maybe a comment. Maybe comment a little mushroom if you watched it all the way to the end. That would be awesome. And yeah, thank you all for watching.